So what is dot to dot? Dot to dot is a systematic way in order to help manage your trade. And management of trades is one of the most difficult things to do in trading, period, right? It's the idea of when do you exit a trade, when do you take partials, when do you move your stop to break even, when do you move your stop farther in profit? That is one of the most difficult things that everyone is constantly trying to figure out how to do better. All right, so dot to dot logic is utilizing the MACD down here at the bottom and letting these dots, right, these little red and blue dots, help notify you when to look at your chart to figure out what's your next move. All right, one of the things that's, again, most difficult is trader fatigue, right? Decision fatigue. And what that is when you're constantly looking at the charts, and after a while, either your brain can start playing tricks on you, you can start getting tired of trying to figure out, should I get in, should I get out, should I move my stop loss, should I take profit? Instead, we use these dots at the bottom to say, you know what? I'm not going to make a move or even really pay attention to the charts until I get a dot that notifies me, hey, something is happening, and now it's time for me to go ahead and look at the charts again. So one of our indicators, right? This is the MACD, Brick Nation. There's a lot of variations on here. We're going to have checked for dot to dot logic. It's show dots for buyers and sellers coming in and change MACD line. All right, so I have that checked on there. Now, when do I start using dot to dot logic? So once the trade is in profit, all right, and one of the three scenarios has happened. So either one, right, there's been higher highs or higher lows, right, or lower lows, yeah, higher highs or higher lows, right? So it's either the market's been making higher highs or the market's been making lower lows. That's the first indication. Either I can do that. Second, if I'm in a trade and the trade is going at least 1-to-1, or in some cases 1 to half. And the reason you'd use half is, let's say, for instance, if you have a trade and it's a happen to be a 50 pip stop, 100 pip stop. So that means if the trade has gone, 50 pips and I've had a 100 pip stop, okay, cool. Let's start using dot to dot logic because we've gone a decent amount of pippage. All right. Now the third way or third scenario would be when you're approaching an area of support or resistance, a problem zone, some area where you're expecting there might be an issue and it could possibly come back on me. That's when we're going to start using dot to dot. So in this scenario right here, right, I have the trade that happened. Now this, let me get my marker. I have this grand line that's right here, right? This is the area that we know can be support and resistance. When price got down here, right, that's my indication to say, all right, let's start using dot to dot. So I'm gonna back this up a little bit. Now this is the area that I know, since I'm taking a sell going to the grand line, that this is probably going to cause me some problem, right? It can either do one of a few things. Price can either come down, bounce, and come right back up, right? And or reverse, or it can go sideways and then drop. It could do a couple of different things, but I know it's a problem, a place where there could possibly be an issue, possibly a problem for my trade. So what's going to happen is once price gets down in that area, I'm then going to start looking to pay attention to my dot to dot logic. Now, see down here, I have my blue dot coming in. Dot to dot logic means first things first. Let me go ahead and bring this in so we can see what we do for our dot to dot logic. All right, so first things first. As soon as I got down there, I know that's a zone. I am going to move my stop to break even. First thing you do is protect your capital. Move your stop to break even. Make sure you're not risking anything else. Okay. And then now what we're going to do is go through this list. We're going to assess the trade. Do I either want to take my profit and run? Say, you know what? I'm done. Now, why would you do that? You could either be, hey, I don't have enough time to watch this trade. You know what? I'm just done. I'm glad. I'm happy with the profit. I'm good with like what I got. You could say, you know what? I can take partials and just stay at break even and take just a piece of what I made. Or you can say, you know what? I'm just going to be at break even. I think it has some more to give. So I just wanted to be at break even. And then from there, let the rest of it ride. Okay. So that dot to dot allows us to boom, get this notification once we got into that zone and say, all right, now let me see what I want to do. Because as a trader, this is what one of the most important things is figuring out how you're going to manage your trade. The entries can be pretty easy, but the management of the trade, that's where things start to get difficult. All right. So In this scenario, move to break even. Because we have, do you want to take your trade and run? Do you want to take partials and let the rest run? Do you want to stay at break even and wait for continuation or the move to go farther in profit? And then all we're going to do is keep doing the same thing over and over. Every time we get a blue dot in the opposite direction, right? So the blue dot, since we're in the sell, we're going to reassess the trade. So as this moves forward, right? I'm moving forward some. We drop down some more, right? We got another blue dot. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and look at it again, right? Especially since we had a little break of the zone because we reassess the trade on each dot or when new levels are broken. So we have another dot coming through. So I can say, do I want to just take my profit, right? Do I think this trade is going to come all the way back up here, stop me out of break even? I don't want to do that. Don't want to take partials and say, you know what, it might come up a little bit, fill up maybe, some of this area here and then drop some more. So maybe let me just take some partials. What do you want to do? So let's say in this scenario, if it breaks above, I'll take some partials and then we'll try to let the rest ride. Okay. So moving forward. All right, cool. We broke another level. We didn't break above. Beautiful. All right. So now I don't need to pay attention to this. All I do is set my alert for the dot. Okay. And the way you do that, oops, can't do it in replay mode. So that's cool. No problem. The way you would do that is go to alert, you select MACD, and then from there you'd hit blue dot. All right. I'll show that in another video, but all we have to do is now wait for the next blue dot to come in. Right. As the next blue dot comes in, that's what we're going to reassess our trade again. So boom, blue dot comes in. I do the same thing. I go through the steps. What do I want to do? Right? What are you going to do? Do you want to take the profit and run? You want to take partials? Or do I want to just let it keep going? What do you want to do? I can move my stop farther in profit. This is completely up to you. But this process is going to happen over and over and over again. Now, mind you, these are 5-minute candles. All right. So during this period of time, I don't have to be watching the screen, and neither do you. You set the alert and let the notification tell you, hey, go look at the chart again. Something's happened. We need to go see what's going on. There's no reason to stare at this, no reason to watch it. That's the reason why we have alerts. We are very alert based traders. We don't sit here and stare at the markets all day. We get the alert on our Discord. We go ahead and check the chart. We tag it, and then we go back to setting more alerts. No reason to stare at the charts. That the alert's going to tell us when something's happened. All right. All right. So in this scenario, right, blue dot came in. Cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to at least move my stop farther in profit. I'm going to put it just above these stop loss lines that we got here. And I'm going to let it keep doing what it's doing. All right. And then I'm going to wait till I get my next blue dot. So price goes up. We actually crossed the zero line. So this could be something where I say, all right, you know what? Do I want to take partials or do I think the next drop? So you know what? I'll take some partials off here. I'll take, half of my trade off and then I'll let the rest run. Okay, cool. That's what I decided to do. We got a red dot. See if we make any new lows. And what I can do too is I can do this. I can set another alert, do for the line. I'll just put this and you can just go and set your own alert. And if price goes down farther, cool. You start paying attention more to dots because what is this rule here? Repeat the assessment of the trade situation on each dot or when new levels are broken. So if this drops down below here, I want to know. And if not, it's going to take me out right here. No matter what, this is a winning trade, right? And we just keep assessing the same thing over and over. So I'll move it forward because I know people are going to say, I wonder what happened. You don't have to, I'll pick it up from right here. So I'm going to let it go ahead and go. And so we don't have to watch. Well, actually, there we go, right there. We got multiple secondary entries here, here, and here. But for my first entry, this trade went down, eventually came back up to this. If you look at this area, the zone, it came back up into the grand line. Looks like it's rejecting a little bit and now trying to push its way back down. Multiple sell alerts happening here. You got 1, 2, 3 trying to let us know, hey, it's possibly going down. And you can take these. Or again, we don't take this first section. We take the second or the third, right? So I'd end up having my stop up here and let it ride. And then from there, same process. We're gonna go dot to dot. So we either do one of two things, or one of three things, I'm sorry. We either go and pull up the rules. If we start getting, in this case, lower lows, if we go at least 1 to 1 or 1 to 0.5, or approaching an area of support and resistance. In this case, let's see what I got. A stop loss is about 81 pips. I'm going to do, once I get to 0.5, which looked like it already did in that scenario. So cool, I'd have been at break even. That's what I got stopped out on that one. Cool. Break even trade. This one made me some money. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Still made some money. And we just keep moving. Real clean, real simple, real easy. Very simple process. Rinse, wash, and repeat. Do it over and over again. Dot to dot. Manage the trade. Real simple. So real simple process. What we do is we get the alert on Discord. We go check our chart. From there, we tag the trade. We ride dot to dot. Real simple process.